Hello again, everybody. Welcome back in. In this Watch Our Realms video, we're going to be discussing the exclusive gear that it has been alluded to in the December patch notes that is actually going to be introduced into the game. Something for us to be looking for while we forge our items. So here I am in the test server. I went around, I forged as much materials as I could to find all 10 that have been rolled out, and I would like to thank Panther for helping me verify that information, because he did provide me the list at the end that told me that there were 10 that I was looking for. I got the 10, so I have them to show them to you. There are going to be 8 of them that are faction exclusive, and you're going to pick up the pattern right away. They're all rings, and they're going to be hellslament and cataclysm. So let's start with the first one, because all 4 faction exclusive gear are going to have the same main stat in the cataclysm ring and the hellslament ring. So critical damage on the hellslament, attack bonus on the cataclysm. 4 factions are going to get exclusive gear just like this. So for the infernals, we have had a lot of heroes being introduced into the game, DPS mainly from the infernal factions. If you manage to put a set together, and then you can then, put this into them, their exclusive bonus is going to be that upon casting the ultimate, it increases critical damage by 15% and the penetration by 10% for 12 seconds. So on paper, this actually looks decent. It's just whether they can do as much damage as we are used to with, in comparison to either whether they do better with an Infernal set or a Soulbound Arcana set. So this would definitely be intriguing to find out if this can push the damage to say, yes, a T3 is worth it. Now, I'm going to tell you, based on the number of mats that I can get here on the test server, is hard enough to put a set together. So it's going to take a while, I imagine, for some players to put a good set together that can really compete with something like an SBA or an Infernal Roar set, because that is exactly what's we're going to have to figure out, right? Is can we put a competent set together? And I have the luxury here to then recast it and refine it. Those resources are very, very limited when it comes to just a regular account. So it's going to be intriguing at the end whether this will push the damage on those heroes. All right, let's go on to the next one. The next faction that is also getting is going to be the Nightmare Council. Again, same setup, critical damage ring for hellslament, attack bonus on the cataclysm. Their bonus is going to be the basic attack has a 5% chance to deal an extra damage for 1 time. So if this is a hero that has a very powerful basic, this is the type of gear set that we might want to take advantage of, especially if their basic attack is what really drives their damage, and then the ultimate just accentuates it. So we'll figure it out. But the Nightmare Council is also getting exclusive gear as well. The other faction that is getting this is the Esoteria faction. So we have Laya coming in, and we have DPS like Enora, maybe Cade, maybe even I. But essentially is going to be the same pattern that a Lord gives him, which is just gives him extra rage. So as soon as you activate the ultimate, you'll have 8% of your rage restore. Now that, I guess on paper you're going to think this should allow them to get back to the rage a lot quicker. So then you're going to get ideally more damage out of it. But again, this is all dependent on whether the sets can do it in additional to doing the bonus here when we do put this piece of gear on our heroes. I should clarify, in case you are wondering, no, you do not need to complete the set to get this bonus, okay? If you complete the set, you will get the set bonus. But if you just do it as a broken piece, it's going to be, you're just not going to get the set bonus. So essentially, you're taking advantage of the rage. So if you wanted to just put a piece on somebody like this so they can get to the rage a lot quicker, let's say it's a support hero, then this is exactly what you can use as a broken piece. So that's essentially how that the exclusive gear is going to work for the faction members. The last faction that is also gaining one is going to be the Piercers. Now, to them, it doesn't really sound like a lot, but anytime they can get more damage on an anti-air, it definitely will take it. This, to me, this could be apply more to things like PvP, because that's where we usually try to tackle air, unless there's some specific PvE stage that we want to, has a lot of air units that we have to take down. But the Piercers here are just going to get an extra bonus in terms of anti-air damage, which is 8%. All right, now these are the 8 faction. Now let's go to the 2 hero exclusive gear that we're going to get. In their left-hand side pieces, so it's going to be a weapon in the breastplate. Now, who's getting the breastplate is going to be Calypso. All right, so Calypso's is going to be a Wicked Vengeance breastplate. So for her bonus is going to be that each seal stone generated increases Calypso's damage by 5%. So I did set up a little mini test here with Calypso. Here are the stats. I just briefly flashed them there when it comes to Calypso's set. Now, I did complete the Wicked Vengeance set, and I have her on an Infernal Roar set. So you can kind of see her attack is around the 17,000 range with the Hyperion that I was able to level here in the test server. About 318 critical damage and some decent speed, like 415 speed. So this here is not her exclusive. It's just a normal, it's just another piece that I was able to put together. So the one thing that I wanted to do for this test is I just brought her to Drake's Chasm Nightmare 4. And essentially what I did is that I just decided to do a run with her, protected by Carnelian and then Laya as the healer. That's essentially what I was going for in this regard. So what I wanted to see is just herself getting inviged. How much more damage or how much more blood could she get out of that weapon that she's going to be getting? So this here is an A5 Calypso that I have built here in the test server. So I'm going to fast forward here a little bit because you kind of get the idea of as to how the run goes. It's pretty much just let her do her thing. She gets her seal stones, and then they eventually build up and do the damage that they need to do. And so without any defense down, any vulnerabilities being placed, so we're getting here to the end, and she was able to do 4,000 blood, which translates to about 4,000 or 40,000 K damage. All right, so that's my base here. Now let's go ahead and actually put her breastplate on her. So that's what you're gonna kind of see me do here. And what I want you to notice is how much the stats change, just in case you're wondering. So we are losing some attack. It's not a whole lot, and a little bit of crit damage. But so make that in your evaluation if you want, whether that's going to be significant to say that it did tilt the results. I don't think that minor adjustment it's going to skew what I really did see here. Same setup. I just let Calypso do her thing. I just wanted to see how much more blood she could get out of the dragon. So I'm gonna fast forward here so you can kind of see the end. And let's get down to 20. There's 10. So there's the damage going on. I did see a slight tick on the numbers, but the overall kind of tells the story in a long prolonged battle. So you can see here we got 300 more blood. Again, no vulnerability. So we got 43,000. So yeah, it's about 5%. So a little bit above that. So I would say that yeah, the breastplate definitely will add on to her damage. Whether it's going to really bring her up to par to some of the heroes that we now have in the game, that's debatable. But it's going to be a decent breastplate if you can get it on her to get a little bit more damage out of her. The other piece that we're going to highlight here for this video is going to be Laya's weapon. So she will gain the bonus that during her ultimate, Laya's basic attack is guaranteed to be enhanced. Now, how much of an enhancement that is? Well, I did go ahead and collected a clip as well. So let me pull that up for you as well, just to kind of get you an idea of the type of numbers that you can expect to see with Laya. So in this here, again, Drake's Chasm, I just have her here trying to heal somebody. And so what I'm gonna, this is Lyra actually. So what I'm gonna do is I just want to get healing numbers when she's on her basic, and then when she does her ult. So in this example here, we're looking at a 15,000 either way, right? At least she's healing and she's doing it with the ultimate and with, so you can kind of see the numbers there popped up. So it's been it was a consistent, 12. So yeah, 12. So then there, it healed again. That's the basic. And then we're gonna go a little bit further here because I'm gonna wait for the next slam. So here's with the ultimate. Now we're waiting to see how much healing we're gonna get there. And it's about the same, right? So it's 12,000 based on the build that I gave her. All right, so now let me go ahead and forward that a little bit because I want to show you here. Let me see if I did do the build. So there we go. So that's the weapon. So if you want to compare the stats as we're changing this, so there we go. So kind of we're losing a little bit of healing effect. We're losing a little bit of attack. Or gaining a little bit of, we're gaining a little bit of healing effect. We're losing a little bit of attack, and we're losing a little bit of speed. But I don't think it's really enough to thwart the results we're seeing. But essentially what I did here is that I did replace the weapon, so everything else stayed the same. So about the same stats. It's not that bad. So same thing here. I came in, so we had kind of have the vase, right? So we get constant healing whether her ultimate is on or not. So here again, I'm going to try to get a base without activating her ultimate because I do want to see if I can see some numbers. So there we go. We're getting about what does that say, 15,000. So let's do that again, see if we can get smacked a little bit more. So let's activate the ultimate. Or not yet. I want to see the numbers. Let's look at the numbers. Yeah, so about 15,000, 15,796. Not bad. Okay. So now let's wait to get smack with the ultimate on. There we go. Now we're going to get healed again. Now, how much of an improvement do we get? About 3,000. That's not bad. We're actually getting a little bit more healing out of it. So definitely it is enhancing her basic attack. Yes, her basic attack is getting enhanced. It just gives us a little bit more healing out of her, which is attack base. So we could definitely try to boost her attack to get more healing with this weapon if we wanted to, but it's definitely changing how much she can heal in a particular battle. So she might be competent a little bit more competent in things like Samurai 2, where you're getting a lot of damage, or any content that might come in the future. So there is the exclusive gear. That's what I was able to figure out here on the test servers. So that's kind of the information that I can give you of the extra gear set that you're going to be seeing in this December update. Thank you all very much for tuning and watching. If you did appreciate the content of the video, please do hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next Watch Your Realms video.